Keep it hype.
I got the feeling. I got a struck by the iron is hot. We gon' win again. I got the feeling. It's time to rise. It's time to rise. I got the feeling. I gotta kill off the ones who dishonor my legacy. I got the feeling. It's time to rise. It's time to rise. I got the feeling. They think that we gon' surrender and give up the dynasty. I got the feeling. It's time to rise. It's time to rise.
All right, all right, all right. Pallet Junction, Pallet Nation, what's going on? What's going on? So today is Taco Tuesday, but we're filming this on Monday night because we got a very special guest. We want to make sure that we're able to get them in. And so we're going to do this all the time. We're going to chat with, introduce you to brokers, buyers, suppliers, folks who have influence, not just on Pallet Junction, but through, pallets period, right? So we're going to talk to a lot of people. We're going to be going to some shows soon. I'm not trying to unveil everything out of the bag. I just want you guys to know that we're going to be doing some stuff. This is going to be a daily, everyday occurrence. So get ready, get ready, get ready, as TD Jakes would say. Anyways, today I'm very happy to introduce to you one of my mentors. As I came into the industry, very few people embraced me, right? This guy didn't know what he was doing, this geek guy, but whatever. But understood a little bit about pallets. So, but she's taught me a lot. I call her, well, guys, you're going to have to excuse me for 1 second, but I'm going to have to do some grandpa stuff right here. Hey, guys, close the door. Close the door. That's all right, baby. Hey, you want to be a YouTube sensation? Come on, hurry up, come on, YouTube sensation. Yeah, here we go, YouTube sensation. You too? Come on, be a YouTube sensation. We're gonna go viral. All right. Okay. All right. So close the door. Love you guys. All right. All right, awesome. These are one of my many grandbabies. We've got 11, 12, or 11, 12 on the way, somewhere like that. But here is the deal. So I was talking about the one and the only Queen of the South, and this is a good friend of mine, Iris. She is just an amazing marketer. She's great at what she does. Her catchphrase is, what is that catchphrase? This is what you want.
That's right.
This is what you want. The Queen of the South, Iris, Atlanta. Well, where is it exactly? Atlanta, where are you exactly?
Atlanta. Well, I'm actually in Fairburn, but I can represent, as you know,
yes,
all over. So
all over, nationwide.
Nationwide. That's right.
That's right. All right.
Right.
Cool beans. So, where'd you come up with this catchphrase? This is what you want. How'd you come across that?
I wanted to do something different, and I wanted people to know that it was me when I was making a post. So I know that pallet is the name of the game, and people are seeking pallets. So I want them to know that basically this is what you want, which is the pallets that I have all over the place.
Nice. Now, that's interesting. Tell me how you connect with folks, because it seems like you've got a lot of connections. When I get out there, they always say, "Oh, do you know Iris?" Right? Like,
yeah, it's so
yes, I do.
It's so humbling, and God is amazing. What can I tell you? He is awesome. He's awesome and amazing. And entering in this business, it's not that many women, and especially women in the pallet business. So I just kind of got in there, and I just wanted to be relentless. But aside from that, I wanted to be remembered. So in being remembered, you have to stay present in everything that you do. You have to stay present because they'll forget about you. And
Yeah.
I didn't want to be forgotten so quick because I just got here. So I wanted them to remember who I am. So I felt like if they saw me enough that they would remember me, but not only remember me, they may want to trust me because I'm out there in everybody's forum. If I mess up, they can let everybody know. So, I don't want to mess up because I want to do good business with good people. So I just wanted to be present and accounted for.
Yeah, that's a good segue into trust. You said you want people to trust you, and why is that so important as a pallet broker in the pallet business?
Well, I'm just gonna be real with you. They're not. I mean, people, are people, but they may tend to be. Let's just say, sometimes and on occasion, not as forthcoming as they should be.
Sure,
And of course, that could mean the difference between getting a deal and losing a deal. So if you're not transparent and you don't provide the key elements to this business, then it's like, no, we don't need to do business. We
sure,
can't we can't do business. We can't do good business because the name of the game is not only doing good business, but doing repeat business. And when you do repeat business, it creates what we all want is generational wealth. And we
sure.
want to take care of our children, but not only our children, our children's children. And we want to leave an amazing and remarkable legacy. So in doing so, we have to start off by doing good business. So number one, you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, amen. I like that. Like that a lot. So you talked about a little bit about generational wealth. But you started out, you and your husband, you started out on another program,
Right.
and where basically you're out there physically, uh, you
Basically.
know, touching pallets, grabbing pallets, and things of that nature. Uh,
Absolutely.
there's nothing wrong with that program. I want to say this. I just want to
Right.
say that because sometimes people get me wrong when I talk about it or allude to it. What I'm trying to allude to that this is different. This is a different segment of the market, and so both of them can be viable, but I don't think one of them can get you the generational wealth that you're looking for because it's not scalable,
Mm-hmm.
right? What we're doing here is scalable. So,
Right.
Iris, you can train someone else, and I can train someone else,
Absolutely.
and we can repeat this and have territories and things of that nature and grow our patronage as well as our presence in the market. And we're not limited to a geographical point of view, right? So we're not
Absolutely not.
limited.
Absolutely not. Because
So,
when I started, we were just like you said, we were doing the old model of we didn't even have a truck. We were renting the Home Depot flatbed,
ooh,
and and my husband, who did all the work, was essential. So he had to go back to work. So I had to figure it out. And
yeah,
unfortunately, under the old model, it doesn't create the brokering model. It doesn't do step by step guide into brokering.
sure.
So I had to teach myself.
Yeah, you had to learn yourself. You
Yeah,
had to learn yourself. And in turn, you taught others, you taught me. So that's
you already knew.
you taught me a lot, a lot actually. Which a segue to in the first quarter, we're actually going to have a class. Iris will be a part of that. We're going to teach you in 6 weeks, step by step, on how to be a broker properly,
Hmm.
how to do it with other people's money, how to do it that we sustain ourselves, no matter what the economic time is, because things are getting kind of getting hairy with the cost of pallets coming down, or excuse me, wood coming down, which is forcing the cost of recyclable pallets to go down. So things are going to change a bit, but not to the extent that's going to make us extinct. We just have to be able to adjust.
Yeah.
So
Just adjust.
yes. So we're just going to adjust, and Iris is going to be a part of the team. We've got a few others, and it's just going to be a way to show you how we've made it and how I made my team and I have made about $1.6 million so far this year, and that number vacillates, right? Because sometimes I say 1.4, then I say 1.5 or 1.6.
Right.
That's because my accountant is new, and every time I talk to her, it goes up and down, and she finds something new that so
you didn't add.
It's interesting, but we definitely made, we was blessed over $1 million. How much further beyond that, we'll know certainly at the end of the year, because we're still pushing strong for sure.
Well, that's remarkable. You have to, kudos. I'm going to have to say kudos to you. Kudos to you for, having the forethought even to go into this and stand alone when there are a lot of other avenues or platforms that started that are not quite where you are at this point. So, kudos for your dedication on the job and dedication to the members. So that's just so, it just speaks volumes for who you are and, exactly what Pallet Junction means.
Well, I appreciate that. But again, there is no 1.4 million or 1 point whatever without Iris. There's not without Nidrell, without Todd, without a ton of other people that have along the way, sometimes had to sit me down and tell me some stuff like you do, Iris. I'm very opinionated and I like to spout off. And this is a brand that we've all bought into.
Yeah.
And you remind me of that from time to time. And so you do talk about too, and you had alluded to it earlier about trusting people and things like that. You are very kind. You're very kind. You are Iris of second chances, right? Because I don't give cats a second chance. Once they do something, we good. Like I'm not. We don't have very much.
But you have to. I mean, what would Jesus do? I'm just saying, it's kind of corny, and but I'm just saying that some people are deserving of. Some people are. That's my granddaughter right there.
Here you go.
Riley. I'm sorry. So people are deserving of second chances because sometimes, you never know what people are going through. Now, we may not give you a third chance, but we may come around for that second chance if
You're so kind. You're too kind, Iris. You're too kind. So there's, if you find yourself banned from Pallet Junction, but still talking to Iris, you're banned because she told me something about you that I don't like. You're gone, man. I got no qualms about it, man. I talk to people and they were like, this person, that person did me wrong, blah blah blah, and I'll think about it, talk about it, and verify it. If I verify it, yeah, you gone. I have no problem with that because there's sharks in the water.
Yeah,
and we know that there's sharks in the water. And one of the first interactions that we had was that we mutually ran into a shark.
Yeah,
that was trying to find out some stuff, right?
Isn't that the truth? That's true.
This cat's up there.
Never know what circle we run into.
Yeah.
That's why it's just good to just do honest business. What's wrong with honest business? Honest old school business. And as long as you're doing good business, you'll have repeat business with the same clientele. So what's wrong with that? You know what I mean? And we're after the same common goal. So
well, so that's another segue because now I'm about to rub you the wrong way. Because we're about to talk about it. Because I'm not a big fan of paying brokers, even though I'm a broker in perpetuity.
Well,
and that's me. And I've given my reasons, and we could but I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Well, honestly, I think as a national broker, I spend a lot of time in the field in terms of researching and hunting and navigating, just trying to get a supplier. Okay,
Yes.
spend a lot of time and effort into that. Okay, so if I'm doing that, if I'm making it easy for you, because essentially what you're doing is you're coming to me, you're saying, hey Iris, I need a truckload of pallets. Can you get it for me at said price? And I'm like, okay, I got you covered. And then once I do that, we're sort of tied in some type of way. Now,
How are we tied though? I mean,
but my thoughts are, listen, check this out. The one thing about it, if you got a deal that's supposed to go down on Friday, right? And today is Tuesday, and you're not looking at with no supply other than my supply, guess what? I'm what? Valuable.
Absolutely.
You need me.
100%.
You need me. And just like I say, this is what you want. Okay.
This is what you want.
And the fact is now I have it and I spent time nurturing it.
Sure.
Then you should reward me. Now the time frame in which you reward me is up for negotiation. But for the first couple times that you're able to readily go and get my pallets, Irish Strickland should have a little kickback. Now I'm not saying the duration of your relationship, because that might have been what started it, but I'm willing to say, hey, just take care of me a couple times and we'll just call it a wash. And then you go on
wait a minute, Iris. Now you to come around to my way of thinking. Because that's exactly what I feel. I feel like I feel like I should give you the first 3 or 4 loads, maybe 5 loads, and then after that. So because here's what happens, and this is what's happening to me. I have limited that other broker or that other party. I've limited that other party because now they're so tied to me. They're not going out hunting anymore for this particular supplier, because they're not putting and saying, hey, because I don't mind once I own that relationship and you go out and you find someone else and say, hey, I want 3 or 4 loads too.
Right.
So if you make a better deal, you make a better deal. I mean, that, to me, it's survival of the fittest.
Well,
but I understand what you're saying, and I'm like completely for that. I think you should.
Now, I've come a little ways from that. Okay. Because I was schooled in the game, and what the game meant was I found a supply, and the person that I found a supply for, or persons, came to me and said, Iris, you're my supplier. Right. I don't go nowhere. I'm going to go through you from now to eternity, so to speak. And lo and behold, the next week, they went to these people, unbeknownst to me.
Directly.
Yeah. And they got a load. And then 2 weeks after that, they got another load. And because I check behind everything that I do, I checked with the supplier, and the supplier indicated, oh, hey, we did business with so-and-so 2 times. So at that time, I devised an email and I sent it to them, and I said, this is what you owe me for these 2 loads, because they weren't even going to tell me that they had picked up. So that was kind of the problem that I had. And so.
And that's which is a segue into, that's the reason why we created a couple contracts, a couple forms.
Right.
And I just got with, guys, you'll be hearing me say Kobe, because I have I just retained, it's a long story, but a young lady that I watched grow up, was part of their family. In another life, I was a youth pastor, so I was a part of their family for a really long time. And so we had an occasion yesterday, and we're talking, and she's like, yeah, I'm a lawyer now, Reggie, and I'm a general practitioner, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay. And so I said, well, now you're my lawyer, and because if you know me, I only work with people I know and trust. And so if I don't trust you and I don't know you, I'll do it myself. And so her name is Kobe. So sometimes you guys might get a letter from me saying, "Go see Kobe."
Yeah.
Kobe got you.
Kobe.
But Kobe's going to look at our agreements that we have in our drafts, and we're going to make sure that when we connect with folks, buyers, suppliers, purchase orders, we're going to have that for you as well, so that it locks solid and making sure. And just back to your point, Iris, is that having an understanding in the beginning,
right,
is what's really important. There's a good buddy of mine, or just another fellow broker, in Kelvin. We have an understanding in the beginning. Kelvin, he trusts me. Kelvin will say, "Hey, I've got someone here, and here's their name, here's their information, Reg. Work out a deal if you can." And that's it. He doesn't reach back out to him. I will call him and say, "Hey, Kelvin, I've got the deal. Want to make sure, verify your finances are right, whatever, your institutions are right.
right.
At the end of the week, here's what you're going to get from me, and this is what I'm doing." That's the relationship, and that's what's important. And you and I have that kind of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
There were some things that was birthed out of our relationship where someone came to you and you came to me, and then they leapfrog from me to someone else.
Right.
And then I was like, well, I'm always going to tell Iris what's going on, so you can call me directly all you want to. It's okay, but it's always going to be that chain of command. Not chain of command, it's actually chain of respect.
Absolutely.
So
it's so key.
Yeah.
It's key in this business that you have, a certain level of respect for everybody that you're working with, that you just kind of want to do good business, along with not just having the good product, good pallet type, good prices, but you also want to build a relationship so that you can go back and continue to go back, and then have repeat business over repeat business. But people, if they've had a bad experience with you, 9 times out of 10, they don't want to come back. But if you've allowed them, to work and do good business, what I'm saying, what's the reason why they wouldn't come back?
No, absolutely. So yeah, I agree with that, and that's the perpetuity I'm looking for, is the continued ability to go back, find, hunt, deal together. So let's talk about what you've got going on. I saw a surprising post from you today. Some cats looking for like you're actually promoting what was it? Equipment, right? It's some kind of this is what you want. We're breaking the pallets now. What's up with that?
Well, I mean, I get a lot of responses for a lot of things, and people will call me directly and just ask me to post some products for them, and it goes beyond just your basic pallet, your A, your B, your GMA. In this case, it was equipment.
Nice. Well, you can hook me up, man, because I want to talk to the cat if it's good stuff. My son is still trying to get in.
We're looking for this particular. We're looking for a dismantler.
Yeah, I mean he needs one.
Right.
It'd be interesting. Yeah. Cost is always important.
We got a couple of hits that I'm going to bring back, but no solid deal yet. So if anybody wants to chime in on a dismantler, nice. We need one for a good price.
Now, what else you got out there?
Those California pallets are on fire.
Okay.
Those California pallets are on fire. Those Texas pallets, Louisiana pallets, Ohio pallets, Kentucky pallets, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Nice. I'm so many places. I just got to remember. Don't forget Georgia. Georgia should always be on your mind. Yeah. So we have a really, really, really good price on some bees right now in Georgia.
What's the price? Come on, give me a sneak peek. What's the price? Or do we have to call you?
That's so taboo. It's like, when you just give a price.
You don't like your prices.
No, I don't. I think this is my thought on that. I think in the pallet world, if you're really seeking a good price which I have in the majority of markets, you need to reach out to either one of those telephone numbers that is always on.
Okay. Now, and I respect that. I see it that way, but beyond just doing a little brokering, I have a lot of other stuff that I'm into as well.
Right.
So I try to, nip it in the bud.
And let's
so,
not forget Alabama. Alabama in the house.
I don't know anything about Alabama. we can talk about it. But anyways, I'm cutting that out. So told y'all, man.
You're wrong for
Talking about Alabama. But we have some I have some stuff coming up. I've shared a lot of that with you, but you're going to be a big part of that. Southeast coordinator of acquisitions or director of acquisitions is your official title. We're going to make that official. But what we want to do, and here's what we're trying to do. We got about 8 or 9 suppliers here in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to let those that have been trained by Pallet Junction work and be the sales force for those guys. It's going to be much like some of the bigger corporations, except that you're going to have some distinct advantages because you're just not going to be limited to those 7 or 8. You could work with others, but those 7 or 8 give you the best value because they're going to give you time to for payments. They're going to give you first choice in product and things like that. And everybody's paying Pallet Junction to make it work, so everyone's going to want to get their money's worth out of it at the same time. And then we're so we're going to start doing some media stuff. So like in Florida, we're going to not just the internet, but we're going to hit TV a little bit as well as a little bit of the radio as well. So because we have so many people here, and then Atlanta is another place, and then Texas. Hey, it's going to be crazy though because there's a couple people that's kind of hesitating whether they want to join or not.
Right.
Next year we raising the price, so
and just
jump on now.
That
and guess what? If not, it's okay. It's more for us.
Right. But it's a good time now to get in where you fit in.
Yeah, I agree.
Around the corner, so
I agree. Yeah, we're excited about it, and we're growing. We were adding people, 3-4 a week, and that's pretty cool. A little tough to keep up with because we promise so much, and that's the reason why my mentor was like, "Man, you give so much, you have got to raise the price. People see the value, and then maybe you can get those folks that are just hanging on, but." Everyone's a participant. I mean, we've got 40 folks, almost 50 folks that are active and they're hunting for business, and so that's caused us to sort of narrow our focus. Like, how do we get the most for them and get the most for ourselves at the same time? Because as you know, once we get to 1,000, I'm out of the brokering business. I'm out.
Really?
Out. Yeah, I'm done. I got 1,000 people to take care of, so I'm gonna make sure all my energies go there. So I'm going to be splitting up my little fiefdom that I got amongst all my friends, folks who start out with me, right? Everybody else, too late. I've already picked them out. Iris, Todd, Kelvin, Nadrell, they'll be getting it. But yeah, my little fiefdom, once I hit that certain number, is what we've done this for a subscription base. I'm out.
No, I'm in the backstage. You kicked me out. I don't know if you can still see me.
I can still see you. 100%.
I can't see you.
I'm still here. I don't know. I still see you. But so this is Taco Tuesday. We didn't have any tacos, no anything, but we wanted to make sure we accommodated you and make sure that all was good. And so we'll get another report. Be prepared next week. I know you got your Pallet Junction shirt on. You got to stand up. Let's show you Pallet Junction shirt. Come on now.
Yeah, Pallet Junction. See, Pallet Junction.
Pallet. All right.
That's it.
So I'm gonna get you a mug. I mean, this tumbler as well.
I need a water. I need the other one.
Yes, this one.
I take whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know the cup broke. I know you're very disappointed. You're all the cup broke, Reg. Thanks. That's what you said.
Really was disappointed.
That's what you said. Blessings to you. Thank you so much, Iris, for coming and hanging out with us for a little bit. Much success, continued, and you let me know what we can do. I appreciate the Queen of the South, Iris.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us and being with us. And, you know, Pallet Junction from Bangladesh to Bangor, Maine, we got you covered. We love pallets. We love the pallet industry. We love helping each other create generational wealth.
I got the feeling. I got to strike while the iron is hot. We gon' win again. I got the feeling. It's time to rise. It's time to rise. I got the feeling. I gotta kill off the ones who decided my legacy. I got the feeling. It's time to rise. It's time to rise. I got the feeling. They think that we gon' surrender and give up the dynasty. I got the feeling. It's time to rise. It's time to rise.